You can come closer. Don't let my face fool you. The only thing I've ever raided is my wife's pantry, after she made the preserves. You saw Rosen? How is she? Oh, she must be worried sick. I wish I could join her, but they won't let me in, as long as I have this damned brand. My wife Rosin and I used to live in a village called Little Grove. A lovely place where we hoped to grow old together. We knew there was a local gang terrorizing the area, but we always hoped our village was too small for them to notice. Unfortunately, the chief, Bald Court, they called her, needed a new tanner, and I was known to be quite skilled back in the day. I never told my wife, but Court contacted me through one of her men, asking me to come willingly. I refused. She showed up the next day with her thugs and a branding iron. It was her way of recruiting new people. Once you were branded, you had nobody to turn to but Court. They burned down the village, then they left. I can't help but think it was all. I tried to convince Court I'd be useless to her. It wasn't even a lie. I have bad joints. I can't work the tanning rack anymore. Not that any of that mattered. Rosen decided that even with my brand, we should try our luck elsewhere. She covered my face with a scarf, so we could make the journey to the horns of the south without too much trouble. But that's where our luck ran out. My wife got sick, and the keeper at the gate didn't want to let me in after he saw the brand on my face. Told me I should be glad he didn't kill me on the spot. I couldn't let Rosen continue, not in the state she was in, so I promised to be in touch when she recovered. Except that now, I have no way to know how she is. If only I could get rid of this damn brand. You'd do that for me? I don't have anything to pay you with. Maybe Rosen has a few coins stashed away. I'm not sure, though. Bless you, my friend. I'm sure I'll find some way to repay.
to hurt. Supposed to hurt. Thank you for that.
Bloody hell. Not another ghost. Leave me alone. I swear if you don't leave me alone, I'll kill you. Take this away from me. Don't you know this kind of thing tends to bring bad luck? I don't want to see him again. I went there one evening. Gods only know why. I could feel something odd. Like I had Kendall thrashing around in my head already, calling to me. I've never been a godly man, you know. One time I visited a shrine, and look what that got me. A ghost hovering over my head. I dug around a bit looking for Kendall's remains, and then I heard howling. I got scared and ran away. At first, I thought it was a wild animal, or some weird beast. Thinking about it now, I guessed it must have been Kendall. He was letting me know he was coming. Damn him. All right, I went there, and Kendall didn't say a thing about a burial at sea. All he said was that he won't know peace until he takes me with him to the underworld. I may be old, but I don't want to go there yet. The idea terrifies me. Now I see what he's up to. He's using you to remind me of his threat. God damn it! We set our friend up. Don't you understand? We traded his life for ours. Tagden told the bandits to take Kendall because he was the commander. Told them he would be a good hostage. And if they let us go, he would tell the captain what had happened. And they just laughed, but I was still hoping they'd listen to Tagden. I don't know. Tagden and Finley seem fine, but I've felt bone-crushing guilt ever since it happened. Wouldn't you be wondering if you could have done something more than just beg for mercy? Finley lost his tongue, Tagden his hand, and me. Now I'm an old hobbler missing a leg. We all have wounds to remind us of what happened until the day we die. And that's why we decided to never tell a soul. Please, take his remains away from here. Maybe say a good word about me to his ghost. My years...
Pix and Dalray and these.
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course. You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed that right away. So who's in charge there now? Nowhere. Never heard about it. It has to be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you. You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it. And it's not going too bad for them, to be honest. The Druids are out of the picture already. Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess. Maybe our captain is even involved? Hell knows. They'll have their people everywhere. Damn it. You could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course. That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
Why do... no, I don't need to know. I'm assuming it's on the face? Then I'm afraid I don't have great news. It is possible, of course, but very painful and potentially dangerous for the patient. The only solution would be to cover the brand with another burn. Not that I know of. Smaller burns can be cut out, but brands tend to be too big for that, unfortunately. Here, take this. It's a salve made of marigold and honey. It should be applied on the burn twice a day. Otherwise, the wound needs to be kept clean and dry at all times, and the dressing needs to be changed regularly. This is crucial. You really don't want gangrene on your face. It's gruesome. I wouldn't touch it. Do you understand? Repeat everything if you do. No, you're not leaving unless you can say it all back to me. Excellent. And good luck. They're going to need it. You do? Then don't keep me waiting. This could be a breakthrough. Why? What does that have to do with anything? In fact, alcohol is known to have purifying properties when applied to wounds, for example. So it should be helping with whatever is wrong with him. Interesting. Now that I think about it, it makes sense. It does put the body into imbalance, causing vomiting and headaches next day. Anyway, I'm afraid there's nothing that could make old Goban give up the booze. I don't think I've ever seen him sober, and I've been here a while now. You should talk to Durrah. Maybe he'll have an idea for how to talk some sense into his old man. May I ask All right, no need to get prickly. I just think that this kind of life-saving knowledge, I was hoping you may have more of it.
And there's another blow to our already decimated garrison. Peace be with them. Do I want to know how they died?
I understand.
You know where to find me if you come across any more. Nah, I knew that sooner or later someone would come here with this. The thefts haven't stopped. Yes, I know that. I've already heard all about it from both the pissed-off veterans and the confused refugees. It's not easy for me to admit, but nobody, including me, really knows what's going on. It looks like we screwed up majorly. But I see you've already decided to get involved in this mess. And you're not even from here. Great. That's just what we needed. There's no way I can dissuade you, is there? But maybe a fresh perspective is exactly what we need. You should start with those who got robbed. Heffen, Finley, and Ron. There are also the refugees. You should talk to them too. Come back to me only if you find solid proof. I mean it. We can't afford to hang another innocent. Shit, she's right. We're not even sure that man had anything to do with the thefts. I'll get Tiernan to do something about it. That man's body dangling right next to the village can only make this... Yes? Did you find out? Great. A necromancer. Just what we needed. It wasn't the dark druid from the legends, was it? Ha! That's what I like to hear. If he's dead, that's the only thing that matters. We already have the Dol Riada almost in our doorstep. We don't need an army of the undead on top of that. You did well. Maybe it's not so bad having you here. What's so important about meeting Brandon that keeps you here? You came from nowhere, started helping around, and got paid jack shit for your struggle. Honestly, I have no idea why you stick around despite my best efforts to drive you away. I see. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. But please accept my apologies first. I know I royally screwed you over on that last job. Just had to know if you'd make a run for it when the going got tough. And it will get tough real soon if we don't take care of a certain issue. If we fail now, there's a high likelihood we'll be hanged by the end of the month. Let me explain. Camelot isn't happy with the situation in the south, and I just heard they've sent a Knight of the Round Table, Galahad the Pure, to investigate what's going on here. I don't know what they want to investigate, especially since they've been giving us the silent treatment for months. But if a knight is coming here, well, there's something serious going on. The truth is that you can't see the captain because he's not here. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell anyone. And if I wasn't wrong about you, and I can count on your help, I'll tell you where he went. You just have to promise me that this entire charade stays between us, or Galahad will hang the entire garrison when he arrives. Brandon went to the All-Mother's Temple to speak with the Dalriada. I don't know what he wanted to achieve. I assume he wanted to negotiate a ceasefire, or maybe he wanted to rile them up against a common enemy, the scum that roam our lands. But right now, I'm not sure he's even alive, and that would make my situation considerably worse. And if he is alive, then Camelot and many keepers would consider his actions treason. If you really care that much about seeing him, you'll have to find a way to their camp and enter the temple. I don't even know if it's possible to get inside their camp and make it out alive. But if you do manage to get back here somehow, I'll owe you an ale at Ron's. That's it. I consider our deal done. If you need to rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It ain't a royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.